Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 29th of July 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Green Witch Tarot for today's reading, and I just want to show you some of these cards. Again, it's another deck I really like. Lots of strong characters in here and bright, beautiful colors. So let's see what these cards want you to be aware of here on Friday and what this day is all about. So I'm just going to shuffle these a couple of times and then choose 3 or 4 cards to see what's coming up. I'm just going to kind of let the cards guide me on that today. All right, so the first card is the Green Man, which is the Fool, but a very different take on the Fool. Then we've got the Eight of Athames. Okay, so a situation that's kept you trapped and stuck and has kind of caused feelings of despair and a sense of powerlessness. You're able to break free from that and get back to nature as such, to your true authentic self. So there's a situation in your life, a relationship, a working situation, a health issue, a way of thinking or seeing yourself that is unnatural to you and has been unnatural to you, that you've adopted somehow, and that kind of falls away today, and you get back to this kind of green, pleasant land kind of vibe. Green in the tarot is a symbol for your true authentic nature, and green and pink are also about love and self-love and self-care. And finally, we've got the Cid. Okay, the 14th card in the major arcana, and I think that's Temperance. Let me just double check. Yep, Temperance. Usually that's an angel dipping its toe in the water, and it means it's time to detox in order to get to your personal place of enlightenment, spiritual understanding. This being the Green Witch Tarot, we've got a witch kind of and her little cauldron creating some sort of magic, and she's being supported by the elementals, the fairies. So I'll have a look at exactly what this is. Okay. So overall, we've got 2 major arcana cards. These are big fundamental themes in life. And the Fool is about this energy and the motivation and drive to say, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to go on a different journey. I'm looking at my past, been there, done that. I'm interested in doing something fresh and fun where I can play and kind of live my life. It's not just about work or trying to get things right or being good and diligent. It's about me dancing in the fields. You know, that childlike desire to enjoy your life, which is so important. And I feel it's so important for us to protect that, because society in the world doesn't say, hey, protect your inner child, protect your innocence, protect your joy in life and these things that speak to your soul. It says the opposite. It says grow up and conform and be responsible and pay your taxes and do all of these things. So first of all, we've got this wonderful inner child kind of raising its hand and saying, hello, pay attention to me, please. Then Balance, the Cid. I don't know what the Cid is. Please let me know in the comments section. Do I have a guidebook on this? No, I don't. So I'm not sure what the Cid is. I'm going to read it as the Temperance card, and I'm going to look at the symbols. But that is very much about letting go of the negative so your true nature is revealed. And here she's creating some sort of magic potion which enables her to do that. So you have a lot of control over this, and not only can you reveal your true self by letting go of the negative, but you can also then do something on top of that to create magic and something enchanting, literally. And then the minor arcana card, the Eight of Athames, that's a temporary influence that you can break free from. It's something that you can let go of. So, okay, let's start with the Green Man. If you go to Glastonbury, there are lots of shops that especially one on the high street that I can't remember the name. It might even be called the Green Man, but they have these wooden carvings of the Green Man, and it's I think it's a pagan god that represents this spirit of the earth and nature. And here we've got the Green Man kind of overlooking this scene. We've got a little cottage with a thatched roof. So it's using what nature provides, and it's saying that nature can give you everything that you need, and more than that, it can provide real comfort. And the message I'm getting is that if you get back to yourself, that's more than enough. You're not going to need anything from the outside world. So if you feel like you've got yourself in a position where your life isn't that satisfying or it's super stressful, these cards are saying that if you back away from that, it's really about realizing that you have everything that you need to a certain extent, and that you can be very happy in life with fewer things. So it's a very kind of non-consumerist message here. It's saying that you can just be as happy in life, covering yourself in leaves and dancing around with your friends, as you could be having a beautiful house and all these objects and stuff. They don't really bring you happiness. It's about an inner feeling that you always have access to. So if this is the spirit of the land, of nature, then obviously going out in nature and kind of grounding yourself and doing things that make you feel in touch with your body, those are all things that will help you connect to the spirit of the green man. And then because this is the Fool, it's that spirit that provides you with the motivation and the sense that it's time for something new. It's time to make a fresh start and to do something that's much more enjoyable. So here we've got this one dancing around, and he's holding this wand. So it's about life purpose and passion. So he's just being irresponsible as such, and he's saying, I'm not so interested in building anything or just whether it's going to rain later. In this moment, I want to dance around with my friends, and that's more than enough. I don't need to be responsible. I don't need to plan ahead. I get to have a good time. And these two then are along for the ride, and they're saying, okay, well, I'll provide the music and I'll play the flute here, and let's have a wonderful afternoon just in the sunshine. It's a simple pleasure. It's not complicated. And that's what the day offers you. It says, get out in nature, enjoy the simple, fun things in life that make you feel like you're home in yourself. And that's going to lead to new motivation and new insights. And particularly with the 8 of Atom Maze, it will allow you to break free of negative belief systems or faulty thoughts that you've adopted and embraced as being true when they really aren't. You know, the one example, again, that comes to me is smoking cigarettes. When you're a smoker, the next cigarette is so important and it's just normal. But then when you stop smoking, you're like, I don't need this at all. And you start to look at other smokers who are still in that trap, and you look at them and you're like, what are they doing? It's really peculiar and bizarre that our mindset is really responsible for everything. So that's what this card says to me. She's lost perspective, and because of that, she feels trapped, and each of these swords is a negative belief or thought, and she feels like everything is dangerous, and she's weak, and she's powerless, and it's just a disaster. The reality is that even the hedgehog is coming out and staring at her and saying, what's she doing here? So there's no danger. I mean, hedgehogs don't really approach people, and they only come out when really nothing dramatic is happening. And then also we've got these apples growing on the tree, and there's such an abundance that they're falling off and no one's actually taking them. So there's more than enough. So this whole scene of despair, and it seems very kind of like Woman on the Cliffs, this moment of, oh, it's all over. It's way over the top and unnecessary. So what she can do is actually, she can stop struggling, sit down, lie back. One of the swords will then help her cut the ropes. She can pull off the blindfold and see that actually nothing is wrong. And that's what this is about. If you ground yourself and look at the good things in your life, you realize that your problems are, a lot of your problems are manageable. Some may not be, but it's not that every single problem is just as difficult as the next one. And beyond your problems, there are things that you can enjoy right here and right now, and things that you can be very grateful for. So these two cards, I feel, are very much saying, change your perspective. It's not as bad as you think. And then finally, with the Temperance card, Ask your higher self for guidance. Ask your magical guides to help you change your worldview. And then this young woman here, so she's got her herbs, she's got all the equipment, she's got some lavender candle, a little spell book and athame, and she's making a magic potion here. We've got the mistletoe and the fairies, they're working with her to say, okay, we're interested in this process of magic. And you could argue that she's pouring out all the negativity into this cauldron and she's encapsulating it in that, so it's no longer affecting her. Or she's taking something that exists within her and manifesting it into something magical on earth. So the reality is, whether you're detoxing or whether you hold something magical inside yourself, you have a lot more power and control than you would think, particularly than this card thinks she has. And that if you fundamentally and basically take the blindfold off and you allow yourself to see things differently, they'll appear to be much simpler than you thought they were. And second of all, you'll get these amazing insights as to how you can use certain circumstances and relationships and experiences and turn them into something magical that's going to serve you in future. So if you find yourself catastrophizing or ruminating about how awful everything is, you've gone down the wrong track. If you find yourself saying, okay, this isn't ideal, but it's not the end of the world, there are great things happening in my life, and I'm going to focus on those and plan for the future, that's the cards are saying that's a much more better way forward on this day, because that will actually lead to something good. Number-wise, we've got 8 and 14. That's 22. And 22 is the master number of the builder. So please do look at your mood, your outlook on things. Make sure it's as positive as it possibly can be. And then say, how can I take steps to get to my own personal happy place? How can I create magical things in my life? And how can I do that first and foremost by myself, but then how can I include other people in that process and enjoy myself? Yeah, and the thing that keeps coming up for me is that smoking example. So there's something, anything that makes you feel like this in life, that makes you feel like you're trapped or you're a slave or there's no way out and it's total doom and gloom and despair. It stops having a hold over you on this day. You're able to break free. Get back to your true self so that you can create magic now and in future. Yeah, that's really the core message I'm getting here. So that's amazing. So if you're someone who isn't as free as they'd like to be, this is your day to really cement your life as you want it to look like from today and moving forward. Yeah. So I hope you have a great day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology. If you have any questions about your work or life purpose or perspective on things, faulty beliefs that you can't seem to break out of, or if you're thinking about moving or investing or health, anything at all, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.